Okay, so let's continue plugging our way along here. You can see we're still in this really messy, grown-in section here. All these alders that have kind of grown over the grade. Somebody's kind of chopped them down a bit, but now they're sort of scattered all over the grade itself. I have to kind of walk the bike because there's no way I can ride through this and not kill myself. So again, all kinds of telegraph poles through this area. I'm not sure what was going on in this area. Here you can see one that's partially standing. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but basically the main part of the pole is standing. The cross beams have been broken. I guess things have fallen down on top of it and busted the cross beams. I'm not sure why there's so many poles to be found in this area, either on the ground or particularly the ones that are still standing. That's very unusual. They were all chopped down at some point. I'm pretty sure when they were pulling up the rails. And they were all chopped down because basically there was a saw taken to them, and basically they were cut down. And here again, sort of some little pockets of snow. So here's yet another one that's still standing. I don't know how well you can see it. This one's busted. So you can see that something has fallen and broken the crossbeam. Most of the insulators are broken, but there's a bunch on this broken piece here that are still okay. You can see there's some Dominion 42s and a couple of green ones. One looks like it's okay. I don't know if those are Brookfield or Hemingway ones. Okay, let's continue through this mess here. So there's one other telegraph pole that we're going to take a look at here. This one is still standing, and it's probably one of the neater ones because it's very easy to see. And it's got some unusual insulators on it. Here you can see things starting to open up again, kind of through worst of the garbage there. Here you can see another telegraph pole on the ground. And I think the next one is the one that we're looking for. Oh, there's a deer. There goes the dog. Oh, here's the one that we're looking for. Okay, so there's the standing telegraph pole. So again, it got some unusual insulators on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go jump in there and go have a look at it. All right, so we're here getting a close-up of the pole itself. I don't know how close I can get because, as you can see, it's all wet and swampy in here. The pole itself, now we have a little bit better understanding of some of the numbers on here. So 58, I think, was the year that the pole was manufactured. And then there's some numbering here that indicates the style, Canadian National Railways. And then those are usually tie nails, but I'm guessing they used to indicate the year that the pole was installed. So 1959. So this pole has been here for a while. So taking a look at the top, you can see there's quite a number of insulators on there. Quite a few Dominion 42s. And then there's a bunch of other ones. I'm going to zoom in here. I have to use my camera, but you'll notice some very unusual ones kind of on this side here. Sorry, I'm trying to point and look at my camera at the same time here. These are actually plastic insulators. I had asked the last time we were through here, and somebody on social media pointed out that those are most likely plastic ones, I believe. Again, I'm not an expert, so I just have to kind of rely on what they're telling me. Okay, so let's jump back up on the grade here and continue our journey. All right, so now we can hop back up on the bike and start moving a bit. So this kind of ends one of the more interesting sections of this line, and then after this starts to get quiet, and then it's going to get really quiet towards the end there. Again, it's just, there's going to be nothing to take a look at. There's another telegraph pole there. Again, I don't know what was with this section here, why there's so many of them. And then it just ends, and there's nothing. You don't even see a single solitary pole. There's another telegraph pole right there. And there's the pole itself right there, lying on the ground. There's another one. There's the base part. And there's the main part of the pole lying down in there in the brush. There's probably broken. That's why it would be here. Yeah. So there is a green one. What is that? It's a Brookfield one. Again, it's there because it's all busted. And there's a top part of a, looks like a Dominion 42. Oh. All right. So again, it's a beautiful day. What's my phone saying here? It's 15. Very warm. So a bit of a cool breeze this morning, so I had a long sleeve shirt on, and by the time we got to our turnaround point I had to take it off because I was melting. It was all sweaty. Something metal in there. Okay, so I don't know if there's anything coming up here for a bit, so I'm going to zoom you ahead a little. So there's yet another telegraph pole down there. Right in there. There you can see a little bit more snow. Again, as I said, pretty much all of the snow went away in this past week. We had temperatures that were in the high teens and the low 20s, and that killed a lot of the snow. But other than that, it was bad. At my place at the lake at my camp, I still have spots where there's like 3 feet of snow. It's pretty brutal. All right, so here we're coming to a big creek crossing. You can see the beaver's been very busy chopping trees down. There used to be a concrete culvert in here, but it's been replaced by a metal culvert. It's pretty good flow of water, again, with it being spring. And again, you can see some snow down there and pretty good flows of water. There's a lot of water going. There is a marker, a mileage marker or milepost marker on the culvert. Can't read it. There are very few of those anywhere on here. It's very frustrating because there are some creeks and stuff, but no milepost count, so can't even tell from that. So okay, we're gonna hold up here for a bit and then we're going to continue our journey. Okay, so let's continue plugging along here. I'm not going to jump up on the bike right away because there's a couple things I got to show you. So right in this area here is supposed to be milepost 151 on the Kinghorn. There normally was a metal marker. I'm guessing it's gone. This section, because it was the first one, it seems like they really raised the whole thing. And what I mean by that is they took everything. They took the milepost markers, they took the flanger signs, they took everything, maybe even some of the mileage markers on the creeks. I came actually here this past summer, so the summer 2022, and I looked and I looked and I looked to see that milepost marker. I couldn't find anything, but I did find this. So as I was looking around, I kind of noticed a couple of things here. And there's two things. There's a metal post, and then you can see that there's a timber here. And you can see that it's been cut off, okay? And it might be hard to see, but I can sort of make out that it probably was painted white at one point. So, because this is milepost 151, 1 mile to the north of us, right? So at basically at milepost 150 is Dorion Station. On the original lines, Dorion would have been 99.9. So the original line started in Jellicoe, so the Canadian Northern Nipigon Subdivision, and then the Canadian National Railways Dorion Subdivision. They started in Jellicoe. And so the mileage is 49.7 miles less than the Kinghorn, which started in Long Lac. So what I'm guessing, and I have a picture of this at a place called Hard Rock, which is way to the east on the other side of Geraldton. There's a post, a white post with a sign on it, and it says Hard Rock 1 mile. What I'm guessing is that was the old sign that indicated that the station at Dorion was coming up in a mile, and it's been cut off. I looked down there to see if there was any traces of the sign. Don't see it. And I'm guessing this metal post was a later replacement for that sign as well. Again, there would have been, in modern days, there would have been a metal post, with a yellow triangle shaped sign on it that would have said Dorion 1 mile. But again, no trace of that, no trace of any of those signage. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they just took everything when they were cleaning it up, or people took it afterwards. Here you can see a tie plate. I think that says 1950 on it. So unfortunately, not a lot of remnants on this section of line, sadly. Okay, let's get rolling. We'll keep our eyes open if we see anything. But again, there's a telegraph pole. I don't know how it ended up on this side of the grade. Probably cut down and just taken from that side and dumped over here. So again, here you can see some last remnants of some of the snow. Ironically, 2 years ago, so in the spring of 2021, we had been hiking for a month already. We started hiking in the middle of April. And this year, we just started hiking in the middle of April. So again, you see quite a bit of snow here. Well, maybe not quite a bit, but some good patches left. I'm sure in the next few days it'll all be gone if the temperature stays up. So here you can see some fields. Lots of farms around here in the Dorion area. Here was an old crossing. I looked for flanger sign. Didn't see anything. Don't know if this was a level crossing or not. Who knows? If there was a flanger sign, there would have been one on the other side there, and there would have been one over here somewhere. But I don't see anything. Again, trying to see some of this stuff is just, you're gonna find it by accident. You're not gonna come across anything. Probably standing up. There's another telegraph pole over here. Right there. There's the flanger sign. I knew there was one that I had seen here. I knew when I came through here, I saw the flanger sign. So I was looking for it. See how easy they are to miss? So there's the flanger sign. It's an old one because it's made out of wood. So hopefully you can see that okay on the camera. I knew it. I knew there was one because when I was here in the summer, I'm pretty sure I saw that. And why I didn't mark that on my why I didn't mark that or notice that. Sometimes my mind is going a million miles a minute. There's 17,000 things I'm thinking about. Okay, so we saw the flanger sign. We saw at least one. So there's our one piece of signage. So again, just all kinds of telegraph poles. There's another one in there. Again, you can see some decent sized piles of snow here. And there's another one. Here you can see there's a big pile of snow right there. Mostly just places, I guess, where it accumulated, where it sort of drifted in. Is the places where you're going to find a lot of the snow. There's a culvert here. Again, no markers, no mileage, no idea of where we are. So here's yet another creek crossing. What's neat about this one, so it's been replaced with a metal culvert. The concrete one, you can still see pieces of it in there because there was a concrete culvert. In the distance over there, you can actually see Lake Superior. So this little creek obviously flows through, and there's Lake Superior in the distance. You can sort of feel Lake Superior because there's a bit of a cool breeze coming off the lake, which is actually kind of welcome because it is warm. Okay, so let's hold up here for a second, and then we'll just keep plugging along.